Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Come on, man, I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry.
I know exactly what, but you see, I'm an officer of...
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarette.
It's about biological determinism. Natural. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Go right ahead.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression. Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock worker... The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so. Apples?
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had...
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authority. Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, we have families.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work! When a bunch of ungrateful beats me, they mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing, his shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit. He ignores your question. Silence is the answer.
Honest men, we came here.
I have a question.
You think they follow because
You've been talking to him for quite a while.
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. If the
physically impressive man.
Right to work! What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only...
Every once in a while, it's like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems more brutal, cunning. The man has turned his attention elsewhere. He shakes his fist slowly while observing you from...
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like...
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
Psst. Show him your stolen card. Now has arrived the perfect...
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here, to the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
The man looks at the colorful...
But that's not you, officer. Good thing, too. I've known Johannes for a few years now. How did you get his shift card, anyway?
Now you're in a mess. The time hath not arrived. Sorry.
Yes, the city has a way of pairing souls. John's been out drinking himself. We should be more careful than Johannes. Can I have the card?
No, it will prove useful still. Believe your thieving fingers.
Oh, is my friend in some sort of trouble? Who knew? You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not...
If it's all so...
I walk right past Measurehead? Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, or you could convert to his Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually... Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough in... Not yet, no. He's... Sure.
Body betrays your degenerate.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me. What is this androgynous display of sexuality?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of me. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al-Ghul. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a... You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably... You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You...
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from Enough with this begging. You should bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize. The walls will be lined with bottles.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. best idea. Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electron.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailorite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorium. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race. Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all a receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats. The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the Golden Pisantic Sea, the other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi, as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the southern. The Areopagites are the master race of the Ilmaran deserts. The Simonese are descendants of the Areopagites. The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite, or Simeopagite super race. Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The
Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zimsk, Chest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination. The Koiko The countless micronationalities of Grad are all inexplicably obsessed with.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Revacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial Cauldron.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath written potato carts. It is literally an illness. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not enough of Tibet mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semini. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulics.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogeny. Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki? The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Simonese with the Koiko. This will never happen. The Simonese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will but enough. It is cruel to entertain. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it. You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibet Vacholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease? Racists are generally not very good examples of their...
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
Correct. Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Per. We are the future. That is all you need to know. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulembuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on No. I have heard about it on the radio. Yes.
This could have made him more open to discussing the race enigma with you.
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good.
That will be the...
There always is.
Race is reality.
The man looks at you.
You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you.
Stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with the driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant, it is the seal of Royalist-era Revachol. The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously. An old monument, a silver. As you look up, you know someone shot him in the heart.
Okay, well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. If we connect, I've made a note.
The king stands high above you, surveyed even by the standards of the... Well, he blew through his own stories have... He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on it. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled coke. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the cocaine. His Majesty's courtiers said that's what the revolutionaries beneath the Cold War, the original, most historic, some years, the statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time. People in Martinez, those critics, Philip not that he ever did in life.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this. Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silent. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I don't...
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about...
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Head? Yeah.
No, your mind. Not head, child. Heads.
No, he's wicked smart in the stories. Like you, sir, of course. He's just a fictional character. He's no match. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden.
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Because you usually aren't. Fritz, maybe? Alcohol is not good for you.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring. There's something you're missing. You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How? You must have forgotten something you heard.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man. Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants... Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't... That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know. Yes, she knows books.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your fort?
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens and generals of old. Or art. I think that's why people read them. To find.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Guillaume Le Million. Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 1938, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safré, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite, amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please, I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl? Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of... She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe. So she's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call...
super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand. She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution. I assure you, I, of all people, understand the importance of education. She will be back in...
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic. The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be an endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books? A towering mountain of colorful board game boxes and Wirral codices.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those. Browbritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Friends are technically like family. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. Little lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring-do.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have You're a police officer, apparently.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresent. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year, coming into not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf? You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen. Wait a minute. All this told us nothing about who Dick Mullen actually is. Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, A Worn Paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on? Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassing. Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is...
Something the matter, detective?
The lieutenant narrows.
I would certainly say she fits the description, providing that's your type.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety.
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important... A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd...
Browsing through all the books, suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the man next to Irv's life story. You see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the album. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, and this large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamir, archipelago disintegrating into mathematics. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the... You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and out. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta to the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie. The suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. Houdon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is, north of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Rivershell Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture still. It's detailed.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale and they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez. Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
You've acquired an interactable item.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to your finger moves through the various, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the Map tab.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Sir, please, no brown. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!
Amidst the various books, you find one written by some. These three things are The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't, wholeness, unity, balance. On the other hand, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that the book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of
Hello again, esteemed officer.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular sword.
Oh, man from Hjelmdal. A very popular blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. What does it matter? They're all the same. However, if you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hjelmdalaman, the man from Hjelmdal.
Rows and rows of Hjelmdalamen blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Hjelmdal, maybe 100. Man from Hjelmdal, not even close. Man from Hjelmdal in hell. Man from Hjelmdal and the forest of slaves. Man from Hjelmdal, nothing of interest. Only silence and the cosmic background. Advanced race theory. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very...
Out of the rain and into the gutter. You have absolutely no idea. Familiar? How?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there. Maybe. It's the hat Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious. Right, I have to get back to my homework now. Before Mum notices. Man.
You see a set of tattered curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books?
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put us. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, just as you're about to pull apart the...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain it.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here.
Talking is always good. Go see the curtains, tattered with age and covered in... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered.
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, only an echo. A hollowed-out, dark echo. You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the doorframe. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you? What is this place? Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do.
barbell lies on the floor. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beat. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore. Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it. A moment passes. Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. Translucent Welkins. You should adopt one of those Welkins as your persona. No longer one of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears. It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like the Haldor, the Tuorg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. Political commentary. That one has a great beard too. Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's... This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Just look at those details.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily... It looks a bit like an academic calendar. Only Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RU. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner. The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes. Entire oceans have been frozen. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers. Boreal, albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy. A pinned postcard. The handwriting is only partly legible. The full text reads, Heat death. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn. The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. History classes, students with their text. Radio frequencies, it seems, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations. They must have had massive airwidth. Someone very important, a conductor for the hundreds of story threads. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station. A list of names under the stations suggests people across. There's no way a little basement studio working here could.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and
a radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone in.
What he means is that these things. This is the Ream Civic radio computer model.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its. It's empty, like a beehive. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a song. The static gets louder, slow.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the good?
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Still no. Received.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good. Please, I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder, Fortress.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please received?
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Fortress accident is the company on whose name the terminal. One moment. Fortress accident SCA produces revolutionary interruptions.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Yes, I am alive.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian station. I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded. Now, please tell me if there's anything. Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Casting the frame, nothing happens. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. Please repeat. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it. I think
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted.
it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Not to my knowledge.
Not in.
But I don't think anyone through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the small...
Coordinating so many games.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff.
Super cool.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange... The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found...
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten, you pocket the note, and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate... What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this...
The fridge buzzes. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the offsite copy is still here. You'll find the filament memory with the offsite copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civil...
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their prop. That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer.
It's like the production schedule you found.
Some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Mat. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the...
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central... No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent...
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chap. The echo is so prominent. It's
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Very, very bad. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise.